Welcome to this week's Artist on Art. I am your host, Nada Milkovich. I've got a great show for us today here at KZSE. We've got Laura Bishop here, came into the station. Laura Bishop, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
This is a wonderful time, day before Thanksgiving. I am very grateful for being able to bring this show to our audience, and I'm really supportive of what you here are doing, Laura Bishop, at the 418 Project.
Thanks, Nada. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's really great to see you and have you again. I believe this is your second time on. No, this is your.
It's hard to believe.
Oh,
I know you so well.
I'm having repressed memories of dreams I've
had. My evil
twin. But I have been able to talk about the 418 Project.
Yes, you have.
And the 418 Project is an amazing art dance hub that has been doing incredible work for the last 20 years, and you're here to talk to us as the executive director of the 418 Project, Laura Bishop, but you're here to tell us about a very, very special event that's happening December 7th from 6 to 10 p.m., and it's the 20th anniversary gala. How do you say it, Laura?
I say it as gala. I say it as Incandescence.
The name of the event is Incandescence,
which means the visible light emitted from a hot object.
Which
it'll be
is
a black
all of us.
tie, black light event. So yeah, it's a special day for us. We're turning 20. We've been serving Santa Cruz for 20 years, creating local original movement art of all ways. So we're going to have some of our really amazing artists performing that night. There'll be black tie and LED performances. There'll be hoop dance, contact improv, blues fusion, samba. There'll be aerial dance. Well, and of course, we'll be having Samba Da perform.
Dun, dun, dun. We're going to be playing some Samba Da later on the show. Samba Da is the special guest, the headliner, the hooray to any party.
That's so true. We just have so many good friends, and they're old friends. So, yeah, we're excited they're going to be there.
Yeah, I was just talking to Marcel Maynard, who is one of the percussionists on Samba Da, in Samba Da, and we'll be having a special guest from Samba Da, hopefully, later on in the show here at KZSE to talk more about this wonderful event and the relationship between the Brazilian community in Santa Cruz and how much of that has been sparked by the work at the 418 Project.
Well, we got started in 1993. We were founded by Rita Rivera, a modern dancer, and she opened the space as a nonprofit called the Santa Cruz Dance Gallery. And then very quickly, she found herself collaborating with not only the African community, who's been with us for like 18 years, but also the Brazilian community, both in samba, Afro-Brazilian, and then also capoeira.
Capoeira.
So, yeah, one of the founding members of Samba Da founded his capoeira school with us a lot of years ago. So
it's incredible. Yeah. Some might even say that Samba Da happened as maybe the 418 Project was the catalyst for that.
I've heard that.
Yeah. It's wonderful. So you're having a black tie, black light celebration December 7th. From 6 to 10 p.m. at the 418 Project. And if any of you out there are not sure where that is, that's at 418 Front Street in downtown Santa Cruz. You've been there a long time. But let's talk about you, Laura.
Sure. Everybody likes to talk about themselves, right?
You've been at the 418 Project for a long time in many different capacities. You started as a volunteer, a dancer.
I wandered into Santa Cruz about 10 years ago, and someone whispered to me, they have dance church in Santa Cruz at the 418 Project. And I thought, well, that's probably something I need, because I was in the middle of a breakup and was in the middle of all kinds of life changes. And I went to the 418 Project right across from the metro station on a Sunday morning. And I walked in, and I was in this container I'd never seen before of barefoot community dance gathering, and I was so touched. I think I cried. I came back every Sunday for like 6 months, and I would just dance and laugh and cry and dance and laugh and cry. And I was just like, I don't know what's happening at this place, but I have to get more involved. So that happens to a lot of people, I find, at the 418. A lot of people come and tell me that their lives are changed by our classes and by our performances and by the things they experience there. And
you quickly moved into the executive director position?
Well, I accidentally became a board member, and then that was really fun. Accidentally.
You were asked.
Yeah, and then Jim Brown, actually, who now works for the Arts Council, left as our executive director, and I accidentally became the executive director for about a year in 2007.
And then you went away for a little while, and then you came back?
No, I pretty much, we found my replacement, Anna Martin, who's still on our staff. And I went back to the board of directors. So I actually ran the board of directors. I was president of the board of directors for about 5 years.
I see. And then in the past year and a half, you've come back to being the executive director.
Yeah. So we're growing, and we serve about 1,000 people a week. So we now, Anna and I, split the job, and we're getting ready to write our first strategic plan. And we're just growing up. 20 is kind of a big year for us. We're just kind of growing up, and we're committed to staying quirky and yet still
being
serving.
Adult.
Maybe, sort of.
Planning.
Yeah.
You've done so much great work, the 418 Project, Laura, as far as giving art in residencies to local dancers, choreographers. Many dancers here at UCSC that graduate have some ties to the 418 Project, either during their stay here in Santa Cruz or after, when you're in that transition of, okay, now I've graduated, where am I going to go? What am I going to do now? And I've seen a lot of young up-and-comers, get their first, place post-college here in Santa Cruz. Tell us some of the different programs that you have for artists.
Sure. So what we do is we're an incubator space, and we offer a variety of mentorships, and we really believe that regardless of your training or background, everyone should get a chance to move and be moved and to make art. So we offer everything from our full-length 6-month mentorship called The Next Frontier, which is available to an artist that we select, and we full-on teach them how to fundraise and how to do works in progress and how to full-on produce their first show. We have a choreographer in residence mentorship for a professional dancer or choreographer. We also have an entry-level mentorship. So Emerging Choreographer Showcase just happened a couple weeks ago. We had a couple dancers from UCSC at that show showing their first original work ever. So we do a bunch of different ways to support our classes. We really specialize in the ethnic arts like samba, like African, and then we also really specialize in the emerging forms, which is what you'll see when you come to the gala. So really a lot of cutting-edge stuff. So, again, LED hoop, aerial dance, contact improv, blues dance, some of the new forms. We're also really the home of those in Santa Cruz, so we're kind of proud of that.
So if I've got questions, how do I get in on some of these different programs, or I want to buy my tickets, I get to go to the418project.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of information there about events and the gala, as well as our classes and our mentorship programs. I would definitely go to the418project.com.
And right there on the front page, there's a big link to Incandescence, the event that's happening December 7th at the 418 Project, located at 418 Front Street. I have the great pleasure of speaking with Laura Bishop today. She is the executive director of the 418 Project and has her hands in, I think, all of the different areas that the 418 is involved in. It's really exciting. And again, you can find all of the information at the418project.com. This is the 20th anniversary. It's a really exciting time.